Donald Trump's campaign cleaning house. It continues. Chairman Paul Manafort, he has resigned. He is out, in part because of scrutiny over his alleged involvement with the Ukraine's and Russian government, and that thing keeps growing. Donald Trump, in fact, issued a statement about Manafort's exit, saying, in part, quote, "I'm very appreciative for his work, his great work in helping to get us where we are today, and in particular his work guiding us through the delegate and convention and process. Paul is a true professional, and I wish him the greatest success." The Clinton campaign took a different reaction and had a different quote. Here it is. "You can get rid of Manafort, but that doesn't end the odd bromance Trump has with Putin." So how's this all going to play out as we approach the home stretch of the election? Joining us now, Gina's back, Jessica's back, and Kirsten Haglund is back with us as well. You know, guys, I don't know, it's interesting because we had the Manafort bounce, right? When Paul got involved, the polls went up, and as the Manafort bounce started to fade, it's like, okay, next person. Yeah. I feel like Kellyanne Conway is the perfect addition to the campaign, but and I think this week is a perfect example of that. Right.
And at first when the shakeup happened, and yes, we'll call it a shakeup, right? Someone goes out, some people come in, you move people around. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It just is what it is. When there was the rumors about Bannon, you know, and he is now the CEO, that initially worried me because obviously head of Breitbart, but then he has, you know, been associated with some really, you know, negative things in the past that you don't really want as a presidential candidate to be associated with. But then he rolls out, Steve Bannon, with some of the alt-right and some of these other things. But Kellyanne Conway, I think you've seen her influence in these last couple speeches. And the last two, the one earlier today as well. And I was shocked watching these. I mean, it was a very different Trump than I have gotten used to seeing, and as someone who has been really critical of the way he's talked about people in the past. So I was shocked. Kellyanne Conway needs to keep doing what she's doing.
Donald Trump sticking with the teleprompter, and I think I interviewed Kellyanne Conway the day she was announced, and it felt like, you know, the strategy is to let him stay on the teleprompter the majority of the time with a few ad-libs. So last night, he says to the black community, you know, vote for me, you know, what do you have to lose? I want you to listen to, he did it today with he threw a little bit of extra in there tonight, okay? Just
a lot extra.
I say it again, what do you have to lose? Look, what do you have to lose? You're living in poverty, your schools are no good, you have no jobs, 58% of your youth is unemployed. What the hell do you have to lose?
So that's a little bit of the Trump, right? That's what the hell do you have to lose? That's some of that. That might be the perfect compromise here, Gina.
I think maybe you're right, Charles. I think maybe Hillary is in some serious trouble. If Mr. Trump can truly pull together the whole teleprompter gig with the whole authenticity gig, this really does spell out trouble for the Democrats right now, and I think they have to be concerned about this. I want to say one thing, too, about Manafort. I have not seen it published anywhere that he left over any particular reason. I have been watching...
There's an AP report.
But just a minute. I've been watching Mr. Trump go through this political season. I watched him when he had Corey Lewandowski at the very beginning, when it was time to make that change to Manafort for the convention. He did it. Manafort handled that masterfully. And so what about seasons of a campaign? Who knows that he's not just surrounding himself with the best people at the best time because he's a businessman and he knows how to do that,
But it does coincide with fading poll numbers, too. I mean, it's a smart move either way, no matter how you look at it. I do want to say last night as Donald Trump was giving this speech, Jessica, the superlatives that were coming out were from people, Republicans in the Never Trump camp, from mainstream media. I mean, there were a lot of people who were complimenting the new Trump in a way that it seems to me Hillary should be afraid.
I don't know if afraid's the right word. And I mean,
frightened, scared.
Petrified.
Petrified.
Terrified. Wait, it's from Greece, right? I wish I could do the whole thing. Anyway, no, the Democrats are taking this seriously, and they have from the get-go, and I've maintained that, and I really do mean it. As far as Paul Manafort, there is an AP report about why he moved on, and it has to be confirmed. But we know that the New York Times published that story on Sunday about the $12.7 million. And I would just like to say also, you know, Donald Trump has kind of staked this campaign on this new extreme vetting that he's going to be doing of immigrants. How about extreme vetting of Paul Manafort? I mean, if you have someone running your campaign who's on the ledgers in Ukraine, who has stronger ties to Putin than Trump even does himself.
Well, how about extreme vetting of a candidate?
You did a masterful job switching subjects.
It's my gift to you, and I did some show too.
Democratic pundit. You really are. All right, guys, let's leave it there.